Welcome everyone, Costin here on Serious Gaming with a quick look of Shadow Arena, the Black Desert Battle Royale game. So interesting concept to take an MMORPG system and make it a Battle Royale game. Works in some ways, doesn't work in others. But first let's look at the options menu. Game window options, for some reason, although you have full screen window, and game window, it takes me, I don't know, to like game window whenever I tab out. I don't know if other people have this issue. On top of that, you do have language settings, but I keep getting Cyrillic, for instance, like this. I keep getting that probably because I'm playing on the European/Russian servers. And this is a beta, it's ending tomorrow. But yeah, it's worth knowing. Graphics-wise, there are no graphic settings. You just have a bunch of presets right now, low, normal, and high. It would be nice to actually have proper graphic settings. I personally would like to disable a couple of things. But for the most part, on high, and this is on my computer that has a CPU that's practically giving up at this point in many ways. It runs pretty solidly. I haven't done an FPS test, but it runs pretty well. Now, unfortunately, this scrolling, it doesn't work quite well, but sound options are fairly reasonable, and of course you do also have voice options as well. Control settings, not a lot of controls, then language, okay. So, let me play solo. And this is where we get into some of the issues. You have a bunch of character archetypes, right? For instance, this big guy is like a berserker, this guy is sword and shield, all that. The issue is, and this is something you'll notice very quickly, the game is very much about crowd control. So the heroes that can stun lock on other heroes most effectively are the ones that are going to have the highest win rate. I've seen a lot of Goyans, heroines, Yanwars. Especially in terms of like people able to win battles. And this is a problem because it means the balance of it is completely broken. I think taking an MMORPG combat system can work, but then focusing on a CC battle doesn't. Crowd control battle just doesn't, because that makes it quite frustrating. So it's just basically, oh, who's going to be able to get the stun locks better? Who has the timings better? Who has more experience? Who has the better reflexes? That kind of stuff. Sure. There's skill in that. Don't get me wrong. There's a lot of things in that. But it's so frustrating to learn because it just means... because you're just basically disabled a lot of time fighting your opponents. And in this case, Goyan has Gravedigger, what then means smash him down. Corpse Cut, jump high and smash down. Blood Fury, deliver storm like rushing attack, and then Iron Pulverizer. I think Gravedigger and Corpse Cut are probably some of the better abilities you have. But really, probably one of your best abilities is Gatekeeper. Because it makes you, if I'm not mistaken, if I don't understand the strong badly, you'll get super armor while you're performing a spinning slash. So what that means to me is that you're immune to CC. Or resistant to it. At least this is what I'm getting. Now here's the problem. You do sacrifice your HP when you're performing an attack. So that's the catch here with this particular hero. That you are sacrificing your HP when you are trying to perform any kind of attack. I'm just going to go with Gravedigger. Well, actually, once we start the match. So this is the battle preparation location. The game looks quite nice. Some people would say that it's too much for an average player to deal with. There's a point in that, you know, that the screen is quite... Alright. Like for instance there, I get stun locked by that guy, so what option do I have? Do I stay and fight? Yeah, I'm gonna lose that, unfortunately. Now, there is a grace period when you start the match. So I don't actually have to worry about just getting killed right off the bat. But... I'm not going to deny that it is annoying to have that kind of thing happen to you right after, like right from the beginning of a match. Yeah. So yeah, he for instance just got this unlocked. He actually got nerfed. That hero in particular got nerfed from what I was reading. I don't think like later on the match it's as good of a hero as some others, at least based on what I've seen so far. I could be wrong on that. Obviously depends on the player. But yeah, I'm not gonna deny that is pretty fucking annoying. I think, like, when you look at World of Warcraft, right? When you look at a game like World of Warcraft, how did World of Warcraft solve it? Well, diminishing returns. So you can't just completely fucking stun lock someone for the rest of the time. You can in this game, and that's just, yeah, that's something that's gonna frustrate a lot of people. I'm not denying it. I like the idea. You creep out, you get items, and you're always moving. You're always in action. You're not crawling for a fucking forest for 30 minutes and then getting headshotted by the guy who's in the grass. Because that's, by the way, the problem with PUBG solo play, for instance. Great concept. I like the game, don't get me wrong. I like PUBG, but it's just basically that's what happens a lot of the time in that particular title. Alright, gonna run away. One of the things to learn in life is when to run away, when to cut your losses. This is one of those cases. Alright. The Q button is certainly a way to get out of a CC, but it's got a long cooldown. And you can't just rely. Yep. I'm gonna run away. So I'm just gonna blink there, run the fuck away. I did some damage, but it's just not enough, and I'm not gonna get into a stun lock fight with that. This guy's just not my kind of hero, really. Oh. No, picking up. Run. Keep running. Come on, you. Yeah, just hoping the terrain will hide me. Gonna pick up that chest and then keep running. Stun trap. Good work. Right. Gonna use those 2 skill points on that. This is a survival race. I intend to be the last man standing, not necessarily the guy who kills the most. You can imagine that there are people who have been playing this beta ever since it came out. And who have played Black Desert a lot more than I have. Okay. Right, there's There's bosses that spawn. Well, towers they call them. Now, by the looks of it, to me, the armor itself doesn't change on your character. At least that's my impression. Could be wrong with that, by the way. But then again, that big cloak that I have hasn't changed really all that much at all, really. In all the games I've played, I'm gonna go with Corpse Cut, rank 2. Thing to understand, by the way, abilities do rank up. You need to unlock the abilities, I think, for actually playing, like in an actual match. Obviously, this applies to items, but you can also start with items, or one item, that is. And that can give you a leg up, so to speak. Okay, I'm gonna save that. Alright, that's a potion. Right, that one is to the south, but I'm not particularly eager to get involved in a fight there. Okay, that's not actually safer, is it? I mean, you shouldn't necessarily be worried about going out of the area. I wish these enemies were a bit different. By different, I mean fighting a bunch of golems, demons, and all that is not exactly interesting. I like fighting human opponents, actually. Or humanoids. Let's put it like that. I guess they're kind of humanoid. But yeah, you can get in power. I mean, that is an aspect of an MMORPG. The problem kind of is just the way it ends up functioning. I mean, I've played enough arena games in World of Warcraft to know how that works. With gear, you curb stomp your opposition. And that doesn't work. Kind of plays out the same way. But it's also character levels pretty much as well that play out here. Because the gear you can get in a match. So the item you had... I'm not even opening my inventory. I don't give a single shit. So my item fused with another item. That guy's got a lot of kills. Right. So I got oh, I got my skill still at rank 3. That's a good thing. Oh, that's closing. Actually, I'll go for it. Which is your variation on a greatsword, basically. Come on. Okay. Yeah. I've got 2. Get iron pulverizer. Some chests. Nothing in that. Or at least I can't pick it up for some reason. There we go. Just need to go over here. Bear armor. Badly equipped, by the way. Kinda. The armor is pretty shit. The weapon I have is pretty decent.
Yeah.
All right. Whoa, 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 whoa. Yeah. I didn't even damage him. He's so well geared there. That didn't go so well. I did manage to get the killing blow on the opponent he was fighting though, but yeah. Say hello to the ninja. The rogue, more like. I have 4 players left. Those specters are pretty nasty ones, aren't they? Pretty nasty creeps, so to speak. Let's see who wins out of these two. Don't mind me, just your friendly, soul-possessing shadow floating around. Like the fact that you can go so high up and you can see so much of the map without really a performance drop of any kind of description here. That's actually a pretty solid job there. You know, I think we got used to the idea that MMOs, I understand this is not an MMO, but it's obviously based off one. I think we got so used to the idea that MMOs have to look like shit and run like crap, that actually having a good looking one, a modern one specifically, not World of Warcraft is very outdated in that respect. Cartoony it might require quite a beefy computer, but still it does run very well. Now granted, of course, this is not the concentration of players, but still. Black Desert did prove that. Okay, so if we can. Anyone else? 3 players. 3 men enter, 1 man leaves. Right, so here we have the caster with the CC, with the free spell. Goyen. So we have a Goyen, heroine. Where's the third? That's a giant fucking elemental. It's basically like, fuck you, I'm gonna come and kill you. I wish I could see the HP of enemies, because that would be great at this point, like just seeing where... Yeah, he's fighting a boss. That's actually quite fun. Fun right there. He's fighting a boss. He's got a heroine on the same time. And where's the bird? I can see the bird. So that's like the arena. Over there, I guess? Oh, it's still that heroine. Doesn't this boss look fucking amazing? Huh. Slow march of your impending death. I mean, they're trying to kill it. They haven't succeeded yet. They probably have high level gear and all that stuff at this point. They're trying to do it. They're not succeeding. So who exactly won? I guess the Goyen, I suppose. And I don't get this guy. What is he supposed to represent? Anyway, so rank 5. kind of humiliating actually when you look at the fact that a lot of the people that were above me, like the people that were above me, like 10 kills, 9 kills, 4 kills, all that, 4 kills, and I'm like at 1. But hey, being able to survive has its own merits, doesn't it? Kill scene. Great. 1 player killed. Great shit. Mastery level 2. Okay. And you can select an item to keep. Let me refresh my item. Not the press. Let's pick that. Yeah. Alright, so gonna go back to the main lobby. So, you can earn a skill stone every time your hero mastery increases. Skill stones are used to enhance your hero's skills. You can select 2 enhanced skills to use in the arena. If you enhance all the skills of a hero, you can use free enhanced skills. So you can get skill add-on extra damage plus 2.6%. So it doesn't sound like much, but keep in mind, these... I'm pretty sure these, yeah, they stack up. So imagine just getting extra damage, extra damage, extra damage. It's like you're just going to clobber your opponents to death. That's kind of an issue. Because it's not an even playing field. It really isn't an even playing field. Now, you could say that's certainly not the case in an MMO. Sure, but in an MMO, you don't have new players going... Like, sure, you can get new players going into an arena against a really high-ranked team, but that's why, you know, we have arena rankings, BG, and we have BGs and all kinds of places for people to rank up. And talking here about World of Warcraft. So if you're a fresh player, you have a low ranking, you're not gonna meet people of necessarily of your skill level, but you can go into, say, an arena, and you can have, for instance, in old school WoW, when they introduced arenas in Burning Crusade, you could have, you know, the PvP set from Battlegrounds. You could have that go in an arena with a low rating, and you wouldn't just, if there was a sufficient enough player base, you wouldn't just get crushed by a team that has a much higher rating than you and much better gear. It did happen, don't get me wrong, but this is completely fucking unfair, because, I mean, I guess the rankings... They don't have rankings right now, and there's actually not enough players. Like, filling a game takes quite a bit of time, actually. So, or can take quite a bit of time depending on the time of day. Like right now, it's the weekend. It's filling quite reasonably fast, but other times it can take quite a while. So, I think that's something they need to work on. It's one of the frustrations I feel with Battle Royale. So it's not just limited to this game, though. I feel this game with the hero system, the items you can bring, and all that kind of makes it worse than some other Battle Royales. But obviously, skilled players, people who know what they're doing, they're always going to have an advantage, right? I just feel like here, also because of the focus on crowd control and all that, it just makes it unfair. The concept is great, though. The balance is completely fucked. Let's put it mildly. Like, ignoring the issue of someone who's played the game, gotten a lot of items, gotten mastery, ignoring that, these heroes are not equal. And it's like, oh, choose your favorite playstyle. Well, I'll tell you what choice is there when you can get a hero that can stun lock the fuck out of you and can avoid getting stun locked in his own right through his own abilities. Like, for instance, the Berserker, he has Unleashed Beast. Ignore all crowd control. You still will take damage, but you can ignore all crowd control as an example. Though I haven't actually seen any player going with him. I don't know for what reason, but anyway. So, Costin here, signing off. Thank you all for watching, and stay tuned for more. I'm hopeful that this game will actually be good, but so far, I'm not particularly impressed by it.